to my channel. I'm Andri. Today I'm going to try and help you find the perfect LED mask. I'm going to touch on a few, but I'm mostly going to discuss the Stylpro light therapy mask and the Shark LED Cryglo light therapy mask. But I'm also going to touch on the Zipp Halo, and also I'm going to touch on the current body one as well. So let's get started and find out which mask is best for you. So I have a little comparison here between the Shark and the Stylpro, and I have written them down just so I don't make any mistakes. This is the Stylpro. I'll insert a picture. The Shark Cryglo, because I don't currently have that one with me, because I did initially when I did my first review, because it belongs to my daughter-in-law and I was using it, but I have used it and I have done my research, so I'm here to help. So let's start off. Okay, now the light is measured in nanometers, which basically means how much it penetrates into the skin. So the blue light therapy on the Shark is 415, and it's the same on the Stylpro. The infrared is 830 on the Shark, and it's 830 on the Stylpro. The Shark red light therapy is 630. The Stylpro is 633. So the light therapy is pretty much similar on the two masks. Now, the Shark retails for roughly, okay, because you know, with promotions, discount codes and all that, it can vary, but it's £269. And the Stylpro we're going to round off to £100. So there's a big price difference between the two. Okay, the Shark can be quite a bulky mask. It's a rigid mask. It's hard. The Stylpro is light and flexible. There we go. And molds to your face. Now, there are pros and cons to that. To it being a bulky mask and to it being a flexible mask, especially when it comes to travelling. If you're a person that likes to travel with your mask and you don't want to be without it, obviously the flexible, flat Stylpro is going to be a lot easier to travel with. It's not to say that you can't travel with the Shark, but like I said, it's a bulky, solid, rigid mask. In saying that, it is a comfortable mask to wear. They're both you know, as comfortable as wearing a mask is. It doesn't make it uncomfortable because it's a rigid mask. I just want to add that. Now, the other advantage of the Stylpro being a flexible mask, the coverage is going to be much better. Also, the contact is much better because this one is right up against your face. Okay, so the Shark one is a solid one, and it has a lot of padding inside. So it's kind of, if I remember correctly, it's got padding around the chin and padding up at the top as well. And it's got the pads under the eyes as well, because it has the cooling pads for under your eyes, which is an advantage. The Shark has over the Stylpro. And because of this padding, that also means that the mask again sits about 1 to 2 centimeters away from your face. So again, you're not getting that close contact. So obviously, you know, the closer the mask is to your face, you know, the more the light is hitting. Now, the other difference between the two masks is the Shark is a noisy mask. It has a fan-like noise to it. This is completely silent. Now, as a wearer of the Shark mask, the noise didn't annoy me. But if you want to wear it last thing at night and your partner's with you, it's making a noise, you know. It just depends if that's going to annoy you or your partner or whatever. Personally, it didn't annoy me, but it does make a noise. It's a fan-like noise. But the Stylpro doesn't make a noise at all. It is completely silent. Now the advantage that the Shark one has over the Stylpro is this one, it can be quite blinding when you turn on the red light therapy, which happened to me in my original unboxing of this. I wasn't expecting at how bright the light was going to be. Also, my first ever mask that I ever used was kind of a wee cheapy one from Amazon, and it had goggles. So I always wore the goggles before I turned on the light therapy. So I was really taken aback when I turned it on and then kind of faced it up and put it, and it was really quite blinding. And then I got a comment saying, you know, put it on, you know, put the light on once you've put the mask on and not before, and that is better. Now with the Shark one, the brightness of the light only comes on when it becomes in contact with your skin, so that's another advantage of it. Now when I bought the Stylpro and I was doing my research on it, it was said that the reason that they could keep the cost of the mask down was because of the battery life. So you can only have 5 uses out of it before you need to recharge it. I do not find that a problem at all. It means I can use red light, blue light, and the mixed light and the infrared, and I've still got another go of it without charging it, basically. So that hasn't bothered me. It takes about 5 hours to kind of charge up the battery again. I have never found that a problem. So yeah, going back to the question, which one do I prefer and which one do I think is the best? It depends what you are looking for. Now, bearing in mind the difference in price is about £169. Are the cooling pads under your eyes and the fact that the light doesn't come on until, well, it doesn't come on brightly until it becomes, you know, close to your skin, worth that extra £169? Now remember, the strength of the masks is pretty much equal. Now I just want to touch on the current body mask here. When I was doing my research of the strength of the masks, if I remember correctly, the current body one is stronger than these two. It is also a flexible one, but it is also much more expensive. I don't know exactly how much it is, but I think it's, if I remember correctly, it's nearer the £400 mark. If it's not that, it's the 300 and something. Somebody will let me know in the comments anyway, and it's a matter of googling the price of the current body one as well. And I'm going to touch on that because somebody in my comments was thinking of buying that as well, so I just wanted to put that in there as well. You know, they say you get what you pay for, but you know, the difference here, what you're looking for when you're getting a mask is really the strength of the light. And if at 630 or 633 that's going to promote your collagen and that's enough, that's all you want, that's all you want. Because at my current age of nearly 60, very, very close to 60, what I'm looking for is to promote the collagen for that youthful look. That's what I'm looking for. But in saying that, you might want it for acne. Now, my daughter-in-law, who has the Shark LED mask, she had terrible acne, hormonal acne, just about round about this area, and by using that mask it has more or less cleared up. She of course gets the odd spot like many people, but the majority of her hormonal acne has cleared up by using the blue light therapy on the Shark mask. But in saying that, going back to this, the Shark's blue light nanometers is 415 and the Stylpro is also 415. So look at what you're wanting. You know, are you wanting to depuff your eyes? Do you feel as if you have a problem there? Because it is said that the cooling pads of the shark mask can tighten, depuff and soothe that area. But hopefully a bit of the red light therapy is going to do all of that as well. I personally, and I would say that is my most problem area, you know, sometimes the light can give you almost a filter. I would say, should we switch it off? No, that's not going to work. Is my most problem area is under here. But then I've been using red light therapy. I've been using masks for years. I started off, like I said, using an inexpensive one from Amazon, and that was because I was suffering with perioral dermatitis, and I feel it did help with that. But bearing in mind the light's not going to be as strong as it is with these masks, the coverage isn't going to be as great with these masks. I mean, the lights are all really closest. Let me turn this one on. Okay, there's the red light. Let's turn the light off. Okay, look at the amount of lights on that. So you can imagine when this is wrapped around your face how much of a coverage this is going to have. And like I said, the nanometers of this are, what did we say, the blue light is, let's move on. Right, so that's the red light 633. Let's change it. Here we have the blue, doesn't look blue there, but it's the blue light is 415. Here we have the infrared, and that's 830, and here we have a mixture of all three. There we go. And I'd like to mix it up. I'll always use, let's put the light back on, I always use my red light therapy for boosting the collagen and to make me look 25 again, my people. And the one that I avoid really is the blue light therapy, because it is also said that blue light therapy can promote dark spots, can make your dark spots, you know, like you get sometimes. I don't really have any, but I know some people that suffer with them, and that can make it worse, so I just don't use it. I mean, I don't have acne, so I don't need it. I don't really need it, but I did use it when I suffered with perioral dermatitis. Okay, so that's the difference of the two masks. So I'm putting it over to you. It's up to you to decide, you know, what makes it worth it for you. If it's worth paying that extra £169. Okay, so that's my thoughts on the two masks. Let's move over to the Zipp Halo and some of your comments as well. So I have a comment here, and it comes from Sharon Palmer, who says that she got one for her Christmas from her husband. She says, my husband bought me the Zipp Halo. It's a nano and microcurrent device. I was incredibly lucky. He also bought me the golden gel to go with it. I have had 3 days off not using it since Christmas Day, and the results so far are absolutely outstanding. My skin feels firmer and the tone looks better, and it's still very early days. There are apparently long-term benefits too. It is definitely worth the cost of £379 for the Zipp Halo, and then the golden gel was an extra £119. So it's an initial outlay, but so far the results have been worth every penny. I'm also looking at the current body LED mask and neck kit next, and fingers crossed I'll be looking 35 instead of 55 soon. So that's her thoughts on the Zipp Halo, and that comes from somebody that hasn't been using an LED mask and just started on the Zipp Halo. I spoke to a friend of mine who also got the Zipp Halo, and I asked her if she saw a difference. When I first asked her, she said it's really hard to tell. And I feel the same way when people ask me. It's really hard to tell if you don't have great big massive problems, but for me it could just be a good way of maintaining the good skin that I originally had. But I really love the LED masks. The Zipp Halo, it's the price that puts me off, and I'm thinking, well, I'm already using an LED mask. Now the Zipp Halo, it's basically massaging the muscles in your face. That's what it's doing. It's like an exercise for your face. But I mean, look how much my face moves, people. I'm exercising it all the time, like, I don't stop. But it is said also it's good, it can be good for people that use Botox, because obviously Botox numbs the muscles, and it's good because it is exercising, you know, it's giving a form of exercise to those muscles that aren't being used, but it doesn't decrease the effect of Botox. I've read that somewhere, I don't know where, okay, so I can't link it for you, but I did read that somewhere. But as always, people, you need to do your own research. I'm not an expert on none of this. This is just my own research. Okay, now after Sharon's comment, it got really interesting in the comments, and I thought these would be really interesting for me to share and helpful. So then it's Only War Paint replies and says, I have the CB neck and face, definitely get the Series 2. So that's the current body mask. And she says, definitely get the Series 2 version. I also have the Zipp, but don't use it as often as I should. When you run out of the gel, so bearing in mind, Sharon paid, I don't know, over £100 for the gel. She says, you can use the same gel they use in hospital during pregnancy scans. So I had a quick look on Amazon, and oh my goodness, that gel is very inexpensive. So after a few comments and conversations, and I'll link that video below so you can go and look at the comments yourselves, it's Only War Paint then also says, also when using the microcurrent tools, you can always mist your face to refresh the gel during the treatment. Again, just makes the gel last longer, and you want to make it last as long as possible when it's, you know, so expensive. Sharon then goes on to ask, I wanted to know, do you remove all jewellery beforehand as I have been doing, but it's my wedding set, both ears pierced twice, and I'll be honest, it'll be easier if I didn't have to take them all out each time. I've tried researching, but I can't find the answer. See, that would be such a palaver for me to have to remove all my jewellery. I certainly don't remove any jewellery when I use my LED mask. Okay, so it's Only War Paint replies, with microcurrent it is best to remove all jewellery as it can interfere with the waves. For example, some people will feel that extra tingle around their mouth should they have fillings, but I don't think it will cause any damage to you or the jewellery if left on. Solid gold silver would probably be the better option to wear during a treatment than a cheaper metal. You could always try putting a headband on and positioning it so that it covers your ears, just to add that layer of a border to keep you away from going too close to your ears. Reference red light. I wouldn't wear any jewellery on the parts that you are going to expose to the red light therapy. For example, necklace, rings would just get in the way of the light doing its job properly. Also, there is the potential for it to get hot, or even diamonds could be potentially scatter the light. Interesting. And then after a few comments again, it's Only War Paint then says, if you wear a headband whilst wearing the mask, I would suggest wearing the band further back, as you want the light to catch your hairline at the same time. Helps with hair growth. Now, in saying that, my daughter-in-law has really noticed quite a lot of new baby hairs, and I think she also takes the same collagen as I take, and she initially started noticing them with the collagen. but since using the red light therapy quite a lot as well, she has really noticed she had a lot of breakage in the front, and she's noticed a lot of new hair growth, because it is said that red light therapy can help with that. Not good when you're Greek and you've paid a fortune to have laser to remove the hairs from your face, people. It's not a good thing. Okay, so that's those comments that I wanted to share with you as well. Also, a friend of mine who again had the Zipp halo, she also said that she doesn't remove her jewellery and hasn't had a problem with it. But as always, people, you need to do what works for you. Right, I hope this has answered some of your questions. I hope it has made your decision to choose a mask a lot easier for you, because really what it really comes down to is the strength of the mask. And is the 633 nanometers enough to do something? Is that enough? If that's what you're looking for, if you want something stronger, then you pay more. So I really hope this has helped you to decide. Thank you very much for choosing my video. Also, I would love for you to subscribe if you haven't already. If you would like to see a different video from me, I shall link one here and here. And again, if you're not already subscribed, I shall put the A right here, which will make it very easy for you. Thank you for spending your precious time with me. Bye!